YouTube, what is going on, guys? Today we are back with the Great Balls of Fire recap, and we actually did have someone on site for Great Balls of Fire. Steven,
It's
you
me.
are on
What's
the
up,
site.
guys? It's
How was
Steven.
Great Balls of Fire? Live.
It was my first paper. Yeah, it was my first pay-per-view ever. I've been watching wrestling for probably consistently for about 6-7 years, and it was a lot of fun. It felt like a totally different experience. I wouldn't say it's necessarily better than TV. It's just very different. Because I do like the commentating. I like the mic, miking up when the ref's there and you can hear what the people are saying in the ring. But being there with the crowd, the energy, it's very, very cool. And we had good seats. We were like maybe 50 feet behind the commentators, so like right next to the ramp. So we really were like really close to a lot of the action just because of how stuff was staged right around that area a lot. So it was a lot of fun.
I thought this show was good. It was a nice 7 out of 10. Because it was very predictable, and the wrestling was good, but there was just some parts where, like, a lot of the stupid parts, especially, we'll get to the ambulance match, but the ending to that, like, not like the big thing, but just how it ended was retarded.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And Jeff needs to talk here. Thing. Oh yeah, Jeffrey's here. Jeff, say something.
Jeff's got to take Matthews home when Matthew isn't here.
Okay.
I was zoning out right there.
No, you're good. Yeah. I thought it was uneven. I thought she had 3 above average. I would say good, maybe 1 great match, and then you had 3 that were subpar. And when we're talking through each match, we'll lay that out. But yeah, I felt like it was kind of a half and half. I would say it's a 7-2. I'm a little biased because I was there, so that energy kind of ramps it up. If I was just watching it, it had like 1 or 2 like good matches that I'd be like, that was something. The rest was just, it's okay. It's pretty good. Again, the Cruiserweights had a great match that probably should have been on TV, but whatever.
From what I saw, it was a 7. I missed like 2 of the matches, like 2.5.
Well, you missed the Slaughter and the Cruiserweight match.
I didn't miss the entirety of it. I got back at the end, and I missed the Bray and Seth.
Oh, well, you just missed the boy
which
match.
I didn't really care about anyways. I thought it was gonna be kind of boring.
But okay, we'll go into it. The Cruiserweight match. I'm gonna say this match was good, but very predictable. If anyone had Akira Tozawa winning, you're dumb.
Yeah. I mean, they could have had him winning just for the freaking
the Titus brand.
That high points if they like won the bet, like, you know what I mean? Because he probably had really like low odds.
Yeah, I don't think outside of the like 3 7-year-olds that sat right next to me that were cheering for Tozawa, pretty much everyone was like, Neville gonna win. I'm surprised that there was this many boos in the arena for Neville. I know he's heel, like duh, but I thought he, like, at least on TV, it always seems like he's like the heel that people love, and like this crowd was very like, no, we just don't like him.
He's the king of the Cruiserweights. So, you're naturally gonna get some hate.
Gang of the Cruiserweights.
But I thought they put on a very entertaining match. It was very solid, and the crowd by the end of it was really into it. Like it felt like the kind of match that you started off the pay-per-view to get everyone energized, to get the crowd pumped for the rest. And so that's why I was really surprised that they followed with Bray and Seth.
Was it the gang of the Cruiserweights?
It was definitely that.
Yeah.
All right. That's what everyone wants to know.
And the Titus brand on the ringside, slapping the mat every 5 seconds, was amazing.
Ooh. Okay. I give the match like a 3 out of 5. Was not bad.
So 6 out of 10.
Yeah, 6 out of 10. I do wrestling matches in 5 stars just because that's the traditional way. But yeah, if I had to do it on my traditional, yeah, it's a 6 out of 10. It's a slightly above average match.
I can't comment on it because I didn't see the full thing.
Oh.
From what I did see, it was alright though.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that you probably wouldn't see on like a typical Raw or like the 205 Live. Like it was a good match, good start off match, got the crowd pumped, but it didn't top anything else. Like it probably only topped one other match on the card, in my opinion.
Okay, but I guess because we got to talk about this, I just want to put my 2 cents in there. Fuck you, WWE, for releasing Austin Aries. Just fuck you. But we'll go into the next like actual main card match. Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. This match got a 2. This match was boring to me.
It was a little boring. The crowd didn't seem too into it for good portions of it till kind of the ending ramp. And by the end of the match, when it was actually over, I give him props for the swerve. I think everyone expected Seth to win just because Bray never wins. So we were all pleasantly surprised, like in my section, that Bray won. But no one really seemed like enthused by it. And it almost felt like a downer of an entry match. Because like the cruiserweights, everyone's kind of jazzed. They're like, you could feel the energy. People are getting hyped. And then you hit this match, and it brought everyone back down. So it was really interesting. That's how they paced it. I don't know if that was intentional, but
I'm done with Bray. Like, I didn't see the match, but I'm just saying, like, I liked his gimmick, because I like the supernatural kind of gimmicks and stuff like that. But now he's like, it's just terrible. He's not a threat because he never wins matches. He doesn't have anybody in his family, but they still talk shit like he's a great leader when he's got nobody to lead. And, like, he makes all this crap about, like, he's a god, but he's won one match since, like, ever.
Well,
I agree.
For a person that's a god, he was gonna lose his own gimmick match. Had to get help from Jinder Mahal of all people to win said gimmick match.
Oh, you mean when Randy Orton got mystical teleportation powers?
Yeah,
that's the best.
And then he beat Seth Rollins, but I don't even know why. Because Seth Rollins, you gotta push the guy. I mean, he's the cover of your game. I don't get this really at all. This match was just boring. I really could have not given 2 shits about this.
Yeah, and the crowd pretty much reacted the same. You're right.
I guess is everyone good? Can we move on to like probably my favorite part of like Raw, like for the past like 4 weeks?
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Alright, Enzo and Big Cass. The build up to this was probably the best I've ever seen for a tag team breakup, maybe in history. And I've been watching since I was like 3 years old. I've been watching every single Raw. And I haven't watched SmackDown religiously, but I always watched Raw, TNA, and then SmackDown when it was good. Then it got to taping, and then I was like, this shit's dumb.
But now it's good again.
Yeah, now it's good again. But Enzo and Big Cass, the build-up would get a 5 out of 5, but the match itself was literally Enzo getting a punch and then Big Cass throwing them around for 10 minutes. 10 minutes?
Yeah, maybe less. It's probably like 7-8 minutes.
Which,
what do you think, Jeff?
I saw the very end, and Enzo was trying to like hit him, but he wasn't having none of that. And then he just fucked him up, and then GG. I liked the build-up, but I feel really bad for Enzo because they even said like they don't have any ideas what to do with him, so you just know it's not going to end well for him, even though he is extremely popular with the fans.
He even cut a promo before the match. I was like, just Enzo, so good. So good.
Yeah. It was really, really good. And it was nice to see a promo at a pay-per-view because typically the pay-per-views are like the resolution to stories. And it was kind of cool to see like another promo and see his mic skills. Yeah, and it's top of the line. He's one of the best mic men, period. There's only a few who would even be comfortable, like The Miz and stuff. And I think a lot of people, when he attacked him backstage, a lot of people, myself included, I think started thinking, okay, this might not be just your generic squash match. He might be able to, like, I'm not saying he's going to win, but it might be competitive for a while. So you could think, like, okay, he might be able to...
He'd get, like, a roll-up victory if he was going to win. That's the only way he'd win. And then, like, Cass would continue to beat his ass afterwards.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we were definitely the crowd was so over on Enzo. Like, it was just out of this world, universal. Not quite yes chant levels of over, but like everything he did, the crowd was into him. When Cass came out, it was much more quiet. It was more boos than cheers, but it was much more of a quiet reception. And when he lost, like, it just like killed the audience. Not like people were booing like out of control, but just like it was more silent. Like, people were just kind of like,
because they know that's probably one of the last pay-per-view matches Enzo Amore will ever have. I'm not trying to be a downer, but if they released Austin Aries, this man he's gone in a year. Great Balls of Fire, the number 2, he won't be here.
Yeah, I think if they don't move him to manager or someone else, I think he could run cruiserweight, like be competitive down there. I don't think he's going to beat Neville, but he could be competitive. He can have some matches.
I think, stick around for a while. But see, that's why I think you're wrong. I think if anyone could actually do it at this point, most likely I'm thinking they're going to let Cedric Alexander beat him, because I'm trying to think of what face could do it. I'm like, Cedric Alexander, fans love him.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, Enzo could do it, and I feel like that'd be okay, because the main thing that 205 Live lacks is story, and that's why I don't watch it, because they're meaningless matches. Enzo can make good stories, just because he can.
That's true.
But
that's a good point. Go ahead.
I just don't see otherwise. But other than that, Enzo isn't going to be an IC champion. He isn't going to do that.
Maybe. I think Miz is going to get a push soon.
No. No. I think after his last run, it was done. And to be honest, I'm done with Miz.
I think Miz is done getting world title runs, honestly.
Oh, I don't think... Where's the U.S. title, though? Is that on SmackDown or Raw?
SmackDown.
AJ, he Mr. Phenomenal and wins it at live events. That's how good he is.
Okay, so that was Enzo and Cass.
But yeah, all right. The next one was the Iron Man match, wasn't it?
Yes. It was Iron Man, then it was women's, if I remember the card right.
Yeah. Okay. Iron Man's match. This was probably my favorite match of the night. This match was so damn good. And the beginning was so well done. A lot of people gave that shit. I thought that was a fucking excellent way to start it. Because... Oh,
with the pin right off the bat?
Well, yeah, because and how they did it, too, because if someone just come running at you, you're like, what the fuck is he doing? Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were caught by surprise. Like, because I think I was looking at the scoreboard. I barely looked off, and all of a sudden, boom, pin. You're like, whoa, what? And they were down one. I was like, okay, so this is going to be a fight. It's going to be competitive. And I liked that Cesaro and Sheamus were kind of running away with it. It got up to, 3-1 at one point. And you're like, oh, man. Like, this ain't looking so hot. That was about the 15-minute mark. And I don't think they got it to 3-2 until around 11 minutes.
Yeah.
And so they did a good job of kind of swaying it to where, like, whoa, Hardys are about to get slaughtered. And then the Hardys, like, they set us all up for the big, like, we're going to bring the rug out from under you. But they made you believe, like, oh, the Hardys are rallying. They've got the momentum going into the last 5 minutes. Like, they could like, make the comeback of a lifetime.
I really like that.
It was very well paced. Yeah.
I'll talk about the ending here in a minute. I did not like the ending necessarily. I feel like it could have been a lot better way to do it. But Jeff, go ahead. What's your opinion on the Iron Man match?
I liked it. It was a good match. Yeah, I thought the Hardys were gonna win, honestly. But I actually feel differently about the ending. I thought it was a good way for it to happen. You know, like it showed that Cesaro was kind of being a smart heel. He knew what he was doing. He's like, I'm just gonna, run out here and like not give you a chance to really get that final. Yeah.
What I would have rather done is that.
The one thing I didn't like though is how they got like the last their like 1-up pin where Jeff hits the swanton and then Cesaro pins him right after that. Like that to me, I get that his finisher hurts him too, but like I don't know. It just made it.
No,
feel
no.
like
This is how it should have been done because
accomplished
WWE
nothing.
has done it before. Triple H did it at, I believe, No Mercy 2009. I believe it was he does the swanton and then Jeff kind of just lays over him and then Triple H does a crucifix. I would have much rather that happened and get a quick pin than like Cesaro just coming in and grabbing him randomly.
Yeah, it was a good match. It definitely, I thought, because you got that energy, we all kind of thought Jeff was going to pull it. Like, maybe he has just enough time to get on it. And they set it, like, the timing was impeccable because he was 1 second short of tying it up. It was, like, I don't know how they got the timing just right, but that's when you can tell they're professionals because it was, like, on the 2 count right when, boom, the buzzer rang. Mm-hmm. So literally 1 second, it would have been the 3 count. They're tied. Kurt Angle's coming out. Let's extend it. So
yeah,
but yeah, it was a fantastic match.
I do think though, I am kind of over the Hardys reunion tour at this point. I want the Broken Hardys, or I want them to go singles.
Yep. All right. It's just weird that, and I was talking to my friend Austin who went with me. The crowd is doing all of the broken stuff. All you hear in the crowd is Brother Nero, Brother Nero. That's all you hear. Deletes all day long from across the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's weird that we as fans can do it, but like they can't. And they'll sometimes like Jeff or
well, because you can't
Matt,
stop
kind
the
of
fans.
one time. Yeah, one
what
time.
What are they gonna do?
Cease
and desist every single fan in the stadium? No.
Yeah.
But
and it's weird that sometimes Matt he'll never say it, but he'll just kind of do the hand motion for the deletion. It's just weird. I don't know I can't believe that WWE can't sue or get
GFW are just being spiteful dicks, honestly.
Well, here's what I'm saying on this whole situation. I believe TNA, GFW, they're being dicks, but I also agree Matt Hardy's wife is being an absolute tool and is not assisting in this situation whatsoever.
What's happening?
She always wants to call them out on Twitter and call them how big of assholes they are. I'm like, yeah, that's really the way to build your case here.
She's the legend, okay? She takes nothing from nobody, and she's the biggest asshole on earth. It's the best.
And, like, even recently, she called out Lita and called her a slut. I was like, what the fuck?
She don't play no games.
I mean, is she wrong? Is she wrong, though?
She is trying to speak truth, man.
I mean, there is some truth, but she just doesn't do anything to assist.
Can we talk about... This was not a PG show, though. Can we talk about that?
Yes! Oh my god, I was telling Jeffrey.
Blood.
Like,
Lord.
Gosh. If I had a son watching this, oh my god. This isn't PG.
What, you'd shelter them?
Yeah, dude, you gotta clean the cut. I don't make the rules here. Vinnie Mac makes them. I just want them to be abide by.
You see all that ketchup on Braun, though?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, no, that was awesome. It was a lot of blood on Mac. We could see it from where we were. Like, we had pretty good seats. But
what caused it?
150 feet. He had a cut above his eye. I don't know exactly what move it was, but he had a cut right on his eyelid. Like,
I knew
it was the bro kick.
All I know is that there was like 5 minutes left in the match, and then like he got up, and there was just literally half of his face was bloody. But
yeah.
I think it was just a standard move because I didn't see anything. They didn't do anything special. They'd have been like, "Oh, that's what did it." I think just a standard move just must have got it just in the right spot,
Maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome because you don't see that anymore. I was like, "Oh, this."
Well,
awesome
yeah, I'm not. I'm just kidding, but I just find it weird how.
No, you're not.
They choose when to enforce the cleaning of the cut and when to not to.
Oh, no, he was getting his gloves on, but like, he was the legal man, and they were still having moves to do. They needed to transition into Jeff, and then like, there was honestly no time where they could have cleaned the cut right there. It was there was too much going on, and it
And
wouldn't
you gotta
look
think about
natural.
the type of match, Tyler. Remember, like, it has to go 30 minutes, so they're not gonna stop an Iron Man match in the middle.
Dude,
we gotta stop it for you.
Dude, you gotta clean the cut. Vinnie Max makes those rules. I just simply want the rules to be abide by. They went PG. I didn't force them to go PG.
Plus we saw blood during the Miz fight, and of course I guess that's out of the ring, and then of course there was blood or whatever that was in the Braun fight. So
it couldn't have been blood, just because they don't let them blade anymore, and like they wouldn't have actually put him in there like to get injured that way. Like there's just no way that would have been.
Well, yeah, he didn't get really he didn't get really injured for sure. They could have put some paint on him or whatever the heck they use nowadays, the capsules. But yeah, see, okay, we'll get to that later. So what was the next match?
It was the
women's,
IC title?
No, women's.
Oh yeah, women's. This match was good, but I just want to point this out to Michael Cole, because he obviously doesn't do his journalism. Alexa Bliss has done that with her arm.
It's boss time.
Oh, her children died of cancer. I hate it when he says it's boss time. What the fuck does it mean when it's boss time?
Yeah. I'm glad I missed all that being live. I didn't hear any of that nonsense.
Every time. But yeah, so you've seen it, Alexa Bliss on SmackDown when she did that with her arm, right? When she hyperextended it again?
Yeah.
And Michael Cole says, that must have been the first time I've ever seen that happen. And I'm like,
yeah, he doesn't watch SmackDown.
I guess, man. It was just dumb.
The match was okay. The match was dead. Like, not that they were doing fine in the ring, but the crowd was so dead. And it didn't help that it just came off a 30-minute Iron Man, and people were just exhausted from that cheering. So it was quiet for the first, like, 65, 70% of the match. It was just pretty much dead silent. And then it started to ramp. They were going out of the ring, and it started to ramp. And then, of course, all the stuff that happened at the announce table, the crowd was, like, really into it. So it ended very strong. Had a couple of really good spots at the end, but it was okay. You know, it's like a solid, like, 5 out of 10, or, you know,
yeah, I don't think there was anything fantastic about the match, but Alexa Bliss, she's a smart heel, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
She didn't try to get back in the ring. She was like, oh, it's an 8, I can just win.
I will say, one women's match out of this entire card, which had a pretty long card, was odd.
What'd you say?
WWE as the one women's match was odd. Like, I don't know why we don't have more than one women match on any cards anymore. Because we have so many great female wrestlers, but it's like there's one match a night on a pay-per-view.
I think
and a lot of times they're singles.
I think because Vinnie Mac wants to give more time to his boy Roman so he can cock those fists more, but
yeah,
maybe. I think WWE has a really bad problem right now writing good women's storylines that don't revolve around who's got the belts.
Yeah,
and I think they need to fix that.
But here's the problem: is that they need to fix a lot of things about the women's division. Number one, put the belt on Nia Jax. You can't keep building her as a monster, and they need to do a lot of things here. First off, you need to just like fucking rework Bayley. Sasha Banks got to turn heel. Oh my god, I can't stand Sasha Banks' face promos. She just wants to say how great she is. I'm like, oh my god, I'm the best. I'm the best.
She was being a real bitch on fucking Raw Talk.
Yes, she was.
The problem though is you get Sasha heel, Nia's a monster heel, Alexa's a heel. All of a sudden, who's your face? Just Bayley? Is Bayley your only face?
You can turn. I believe that you could turn Alexa face. It is possible.
I think so too.
And I guess you have Mickie James, but no one cares about her. And like,
why the hell did you bring her back at this point? What was the point of it?
Yeah, they don't even use her.
And then you've got Emma, but like no one seems to really care about Emma either. And so I guess you could turn her face, but no one seems.
Hey, Steven, I actually got to ask you a question. If you would need a person on the Raw women's roster to talk expertise in women's wrestling, who would you bring? just like talk to.
Like, what do you mean? Like as a commentator?
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, if I was gonna bring someone up as a commentator, you would get someone like a Beth Phoenix or like a was it a Kelly McCool? You know, that kind of maybe from just the last generation, Kelly. You know, and get one of them up there to kind of talk about it. Or heck, you know, you got Brie Bella, pull her up out of the. What's she doing? Like, get her in that.
All these are good answers, but WWE, you know, when they need to talk about women's wrestling, they decided to bring up Dana Brooke because she's a real expert on the subject.
Oh, yeah. He's such a troll.
They're also trying to push her slightly.
No.
For God knows what reason.
Let's just say it's
Actually,
a little bit of TNA. See what I did there?
Is Nikki coming back, y'all think? Do you think Nikki's coming back?
Nikki's coming. Apparently, Brie Bella wants to do one more run. Nikki Bella only wants to do it as a Bella twin. So.
Okay, so they'll do a Hardy Boys reunion tour for a year, and they'll be done.
Yeah. But then, what is Daniel going to do? Because Daniel Bryan has basically said, I can't wait for Total Bella Season 2 to come back.
Okay, so we did women's. Next would be, Ms. Dean Ambrose.
I'm done with this rivalry. To just be point and blank honest, this rivalry is boring.
Yep, nobody cared. Like, there was cheers when they came out, of course. Dean got a huge pop, you know, but no one cared about the match.
I agree.
Okay. Can we just
dead in there? It was just
let's get to the real article here. Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, ambulance
We're
match.
skipping IC? Okay.
We did what we said. Like, no one cares about Dean Ambrose or the Miz, so it was done.
Oh. I wasn't listening to you guys. I usually don't.
Oh man, I love the Miz. I think he's fantastic. He's one of their best talents overall package.
Oh no, but that's where I disagree. I'm done with the Miz. I can telegraph his promos now. I can telegraph his promos. Like on Talking Smack, all he does is he gets real red in the face and yells at a person, and then just says something real life, and I'm like, okay. I can telegraph it. He needs to do something different.
I think that's what the posse's there for. I think it's gonna try and help shape it into maybe something different. I think they're facing the wrong person because in no universe is Dean right now credible that he can beat all of those guys.
Steven.
Yeah.
Back me up here. Me and Tyler were agreeing with this. Does Bo Dallas not look like Johnny Mundo and American Badass Undertaker had a child?
He does. Yeah, that's actually really good.
That's
you just gotta.
I love how Curtis Axel is like dressed up so nice, and then you have biker guy over there.
I know. And of course, Miz Curtis always Axel is like he looks like a movie star. Yeah, Bo Dallas looks very out of place compared to everyone else on the team. I will agree with that 100%. I think it's the booking. I think that the stable that he's building, it's different. We'll see where it could go. Dean's not credible enough to fight all those dudes. You need to put like a Seth Rollins or like a Roman Reigns.
Just
like someone who like
put Finn Balor in there. Give them something.
Or Finn Balor, yeah.
Finn Balor. I'm just putting this out there.
Finn Balor is gonna get the Balor Club. Finally
that'd be
fight.
Really cool. So it's kind of stable versus stable. That'd be really cool.
He's gonna be like.
That would actually, if you shut up with that damn impression. It's garbage. If you bring Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have nothing to do right now, bring that into Finn Balor versus like the Miztourage. Oh my god! And bring Demon King Balor. It's a done deal. But now back to the point on topic. Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman.
What? No intervention on Dean Ambrose?
What?
Can we talk about it? He's toxic.
Dude,
like, every feud he's been in recently, he tanks it.
I don't.
What's
it's not Dean Ambrose's fault because I think he's probably I don't like this lunatic thing because it's a joke me and Jeff always had. He's a lunatic that always plays by the rules. He doesn't do anything ever crazy. It's the gimmick, not him.
Yeah.
So you think he needs to go away for like a month or two, and then come back?
Or heel turn. But then, yeah, just
if you want to do like a heel,
I feel like there's less good heels.
Yeah, if I'm down for like him turning as a heel, and then he can keep this lunatic thing and then do heel like. But see, like,
because honestly, this gimmick doesn't really fit a pure baby face. You know.
Well, here's what I would say, and I would get backlash for this, but like, for instance, when Miz puts up Maurice as a shield, a lunatic would just like, all right, pow. Not, oh my god, I will stop this.
He's over with the kids though. All the kids in my section love.
Oh, you know what they need to have to finally round out this feud? They need to have a Miz and Dean Ambrose wife on a pole match. Whoever gets their wife first can use their wife in the match.
That was so sexual. I loved it.
What? There's nothing sexual about that.
Do they wear skimpy outfits though?
Why are the wives riding?
I mean,
like,
obviously. I mean, that's how you get the ratings. How else do you think you get ratings here?
All right.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks Dean is like going nowhere.
Well, I think that him as the WWE champion was good, and I would have liked to see him continue it, but then they'll put him on a show with AJ Styles, and I'm like, well, Dean, you know who's better here. Give it to the man.
Dean Ambrose, best wrestler of all time, right?
Definitely, yes.
Can we...
I mean, he's the lunatic fringe, dude. He's never broken a rule, except for that one time when the Miz made him break a rule because the Miz broke the rule first.
Okay. Oh, are we good to? Because I want to talk about the big dog. Yes. Okay. All right. Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, ambulance match. Overall, this match was good. It wasn't like a 5-star match, but it had a lot of cool spots, specifically the one at the end, but we'll talk about that in a moment. The best spot in the match was when, like, Roman was beating his ass with a steel chair, and then Braun's like, what? What do you want?
And he didn't. Yeah, he didn't fucking...
He's like, give it to me some more. Bitch. And then, I don't know if you heard it, Steven, but he goes, hit me, bitch!
Oh yeah, when I watched the recorded version earlier, I was cracking because you couldn't hear that in the crowd. But yeah, that was nuts. And then Roman, that's what I love. Like, people say Roman's a better. Roman's a great wrestler, him and Braun, because their storytelling, like the way they do their faces and stuff. Like, Roman does a really good job of showing like he's trying to hit Braun with everything, and Braun is he's a monster among men, as the saying goes. And Roman does a really good job of showing that fear that, like, hey, I'm not, like, I can dish it, but, like, there's just something about you that, like, you shouldn't be able to be still taking these hits like you are. You know, he does a really good job of showing that fear. Mm-hmm. And the crowd was out of control for this match, probably since the beginning. Like, it was nuts.
Yeah.
It never really died down.
It was good. The big spot in the match was when, like, the stage broke or whatever. I would have liked to see Sparks there, but
yes,
whatever. See, but they had a beautiful shot of him, like, crawling out, and then you look at Roman's face, and it's like, what the hell? This man won't stay down.
Yeah. And then if you watch real closely, Roman's kind of saying, like, how the hell... He basically said, like, how the hell am I going to get him in this ambulance? It was great. That's his story. That's the storytelling aspect of the matches. It was great. I don't think anybody expected him to go through the screen. The way the crowd popped, like, everyone was, like, shocked. They're like, what? Like,
yeah, because they have been using that screen, I guess, a lot because they've been fighting on the stage and then so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we all, I thought, I don't know if we had speculated, but me and Austin kind of thought it was going to be one of those matches that ends out of the ring. And I'm glad that they did it. Can we talk about how brilliant Roman trying to do the spear and he gets himself locked in the ambulance was? Like, that was brilliant, in my opinion.
That was just retardation. Because,
yeah,
all right.
I thought it was like, if that's how it ended, I would have like, okay, that was awesome. You know, they'll fight another day, you know.
Well, yeah, and I'm okay with, like, him, like, coming out and like, I'm okay with the spear. Like, I was like, all right, that's kind of dumb. Whatever. And then, like, maybe he battles a little more and then Braun kills him again. And then he's like, all right, now I'm really going to put you in this ambulance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the crowd was going, like, we thought it was over. Like, when he shut the door, you're like, okay, good.
Yeah, and then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to murder you.
Yeah, and then he busts out and starts beating the hell out of Braun at the door. The crowd was just going bananas. It was just, like, going crazy. And then, like, I don't know how it looked on TV, but when Roman got in the thing, in the truck, dude, that dude was hauling ass. Like, he left the arena so fast in the ambulance from our perspective. It was like within a second, and he was gone.
Yeah, I don't.
Crazy. I was afraid he was gonna wreck it. He was going so fast.
Dude, it was Vin Diesel behind the. Actually, it was The Rock. The Rock was secretly there doing his Fast and Furious like stunts for the next film.
Yeah.
Oh, at the ending, people were just speechless. Like, people just didn't even know how to react.
All right, well, now let's talk about this in great detail. Number one, Roman Reigns is the biggest fucking sore loser on the face of this earth.
Yeah, he is.
Nah, man.
And I tweeted this.
You don't take his yard away.
No, don't be a bully, kids, but if you lose a match, go ahead and murder him.
Dude, it's his yard. He's gonna take it no matter what.
Yeah, you know what they say. If it's your yard, you can murder anybody there.
Roman, how he acted was so funny. Oh my gosh.
Now, Raw is actually going on right now as we speak, and here's the problem with this, all right? Number one, Roman should have no right to a Universal title match. The man he lost the match, then tried to kill him.
That's commendable. Yeah. You know what they say?
Honestly felt
if
like
you can't beat him, murder him.
Tyler, tell me it didn't feel like the Attitude Era, though. That's like something Stone Cold.
Oh, I'm not saying that, like, the spot was cool, but if Roman was a heel, then I would have been like, that's fucking awesome.
Dude, I think that was the turn.
Yeah, that's gotta be a heel turn.
Do you actually think Vince McMahon is going to turn Roman Reigns heel? Do you, in your heart of hearts, think that's going to happen?
I don't think they're ever going to explicitly say, because they've never explicitly said what Roman is. They've never said he's a babyface. They've never said, I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. I think they will keep him in the gray. I think he's going to go through a period here where he's going to be doing more bad things than, air quotes, good things. But I don't think they're ever going to explicitly be like, this is the villain, you know. I think he's just going to be like a dark shade of gray for a while. Because that's where they keep putting Roman is in the middle. But his reactions, like when he was sitting in the truck and he's like questioning, like, do I do this? Like he's looking in the mirror and then he does it. And he just like bails out of the car and just walks away. And he doesn't even care. He like looks at the truck. He's like, F it. He's like,
but yeah, but there's crimes even being committed here. He tried to murder someone and then he left the crime scene.
Exactly, he fled the scene. Oh, it's amazing.
I just love fucking Kurt Angle's face though. He just looks at so fucking. Good. He looks at Roman and he's like, "What the hell, dude?"
Yeah,
and then Roman just walks away.
Yeah,
he's like, "What the fuck did you just?"
Kurt Angle's he has like the biggest eyes, like going, "What the fuck?" And then remember when they're doing the Jaws of Life and he's sitting there like, he looks like he's praying with his eyes closed, like, please don't be dead. Like,
well, to be fair, they haven't, I want to know, like, in depth, what was the fails proof, like, you're gonna be okay when this happens type deal.
Okay, so, seeing it live, I thought there's no way in hell they like did some weird edits or anything because it happened that fast.
I can guarantee when they were when they like freaking went to it was just Kurt and everything. That's when they cut it. I'm pretty sure. Like after he hit it, and then when they went to Kurt, that's when they put like new footage.
Well, yeah, that's what there was a single cut where the camera follows Roman's truck like out and he turns, and then once he turns the corner, there's an actual edit, a cut in the scene. It's like a completely different camera perspective, and here comes the van with Roman in it, and I think that was all taped because when we were in the arena, we didn't hear a crash because you saw like he hit it pretty hard. We did not hear a crash. So I think once he turns the corner and the camera angle flipped, that's all pre-taped. That happened.
Yeah, that's what I would have to think too. Because there was no way they literally said, all right, this is an ambulance. We're going to back it in. And, Braun, hopefully you're all right in this situation. Yeah, just stand back.
They just wouldn't risk him like that. It's way too dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. So once they turn the corner, boom, here's the pre-recorded footage of everything. So outside of... No, yeah, it's all pre-recorded. The only thing because there's sirens, if you watch the pay-per-view, there's sirens, they probably pumped that in. Or they had the truck back there and they just turned them on real quick, thinking that they were showing up, but... Because they never sounded like far away. The sirens, it didn't sound like far away and it got louder. It was just instantly, boom, it's like super loud, meaning they're already in the building. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some creative trickery and editing, but I think...
Yeah.
Most of that was,
but it was still really like the match.
Oh, it was awesome.
All right, it wasn't their best match, like just as a match goes. But what happened afterwards is what made that match.
So I give this match a thumbs up. It was like it was a 3 out of 5. If you include the incident, it would have been like a 4. But
yeah,
that incident was really cool.
I agree.
That was what was weird. I wish they hadn't cut away because there's like that like little baby match between Heath Slater and
hold on, that's the match of the night you're talking about right there. All right.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
It
wasn't bad
finish,
if you watched.
That nobody saw unless you were in.
Yeah, we got to see it. It was kind of uneventful. They just kind of. There's just like a quick pin, like nothing. No one cared. In the arena, everybody was looking. Everyone was looking at the.
That was the secret 5-star match. That's what really sold this pay-per-view on to me.
Nah, Dave Meltzer says 7 stars, man.
When rewatching it, that's part today, I gotta think like their thinking is like they're trying to cover up like this real tragedy that's happening in the back there with Braun. And so they're trying to we'll just get someone out there real quick to wrestle and get people's. Do you think that's like what they were trying?
I think it was, but I also think it was the way they were trying to do that is they need the crowd to calm down for a bit, and Vince literally poked his head out of Gorilla and was like, "You two, come here, go wrestle."
Yeah, and that actually might have been better if they had cut to Gorilla real quick behind the scenes, and you see Vince like, "Get someone off that, this is serious," something like that. That would have maybe sold it, but it just seemed awkward because you're like, "Whoa, this is on the card? Like, who are these people? Like, what? Like,
yeah."
It just made very well what they were trying to do there.
Not try.
I think that's the match of the night though for me. That was
without a doubt.
If you don't think it's match of the night, then there's something wrong with you. Get your brain checked.
Now this match, I was so hyped for, and even the crowd. They were doing the chants, the Joe's gonna kill you chants. Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar.
Great match.
It was.
I love the start.
Yeah, it was a good match.
It was a good match.
Joe looked so strong.
Here's my only problem with it. He should have not been done by just one F5. I believe he should have had to take 2 F5s to beat Joe. That's really my only complaint.
Joe seemed a little fragile comparatively because he railed on Brock, think so. And Brock was.
I think the fact is it's Brock Lesnar and I think him being taken out by 1 isn't that bad, but the fact that the entire time Brock Lesnar was on like basically defense or trying to get out. You know what I mean? He was like trying to freaking just hold on the entire time. That was really impressive.
Yeah, I wasn't as big a fan of the finish. Like, I don't mind a single F5 to him, and I would have liked more, but just Brock was like literally about to pass out, and then out of nowhere he just like boom F5s out of nowhere, like a RKO out of nowhere. That seemed odd to me because they were really trying to sell like Brock is like about to pass out. You know?
Yeah, I again. I predicted Brock to win, and I do think the pre-match attack. You were like, "Oh shit, are they actually gonna do this? Is Joe gonna beat his ass?" But
I think like even what Corey Graves said, like it was a desperation F5. Like that was like he basically his last chance. Like if he couldn't get him into it right there, he was gonna pass out and lose. Like, but that was the tipping point. It was do or die right there.
And I think Brock could have sold it more if he had like barely gotten on top of Joe or something. Like, you know how they like kind of just lay on top of him sometimes? Like if Brock had done that and looked super out of breath, that might have sold it a bit more. Like it was desperation. Yeah, he like did a confidence.
Yeah, I actually agree with you a lot there. Like if he just kind of crawled over Joe and just laid there for a bit, then I would have been like, that's good. But I feel like the way you've built Joe as like he's gonna kick Brock's ass, he did that, but like he got his just one F5 and a couple suplexes was like he's done.
6 suplexes and enough. Yeah. Well, the little the thing he does in the turnbuckle, like the shoulder, like boom, like pop or whatever into the stomach. He did that a few times, I guess. But yeah, it was a good match. Brock looks super vulnerable. He doesn't look like indestructible like he normally does. I'll be interested how they get Joe to look stronger. Is Joe like gonna have like someone do F5s on him all the time? They'll do some weird training video for like I'm just curious like what he would do differently because the only reason he got on Brock so quickly because he cheap shotted him. Like that's what Joe does. He cheap shotted him twice. He did him before the bell started and then he kicked him in the nuts at a later time, which I thought was brilliant. By the way, I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, like it was Joe saying, "I don't give a shit. I'm gonna win." But you made both people look strong, but then you sunk Joe a lot by just saying F5 and it's done.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that.
If like a second F5 would have been delivered, I would have been all right. But I don't know. There is a lot of conflicting reports saying that this could continue into SummerSlam, which I would be amazingly okay with.
Yeah, no, I think
number 2 of this would be a great match.
You can kind of tell by hand because Joe was like looking like very menacingly from his hands and knees, like I feel at Brock, and Brock was looking serious back. Like I don't think it's over.
They saw the reactions last night, how much, and probably like today too, like how much people enjoyed that match, So they're probably thinking really hard, like maybe we should just put him in another match.
And you gotta give
it was so well received.
You gotta give him credit too, because it's kind of like the Goldberg match. It's incredible what basically 2 moves entertained the crowd. It was the suplex and the Kuchina, the Kuchina clutch. That's all they did. Really, that's all they did, and that was entertaining. It was like Goldberg. All he's got is the frickin' spear, and Brock's got the suplex. And it's crazy how like they use the most basic moves and like. They're able to sell the crowd and get them hyped. It's pretty,
I think it's the idea, especially because people, I don't think, would be as shocked as to see, oh shit, maybe Joe could do it. Especially with the pre-match attack, you were like, oh shit, they could do it like this, and still make Brock like, all right, now he's pissed. Going into the next pay-per-view.
It'd be really cool. They'll never do it. But it would be really awesome if they did an octagon match. I don't even know if they had the license to do that. But then Brock and them are like, no. Brock's like, you're gonna fight on my terms, and they like do a a simulated UFC fight. I thought that'd be really cool.
See, I always thought it like that because like if somebody ever wanted to like really fuck with Brock, I think one way you could do it is him getting his ass kicked, kind of like the way he did against Goldberg, and say, I'm so confident I can actually beat your ass again. I'll fight at your terms.
Yeah. And then Brock's gonna pull out, let's glove up, let's UFC time, baby. And I'm not saying they're gonna really hit each other. They might throw a few like real hits in there, but
Yeah.
they could sell it like it's almost like a real UFC fight. And you tell me the crowd ain't gonna get hyped.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think UFC owns like you could do it a lot of different ways. You could do it like in a 5-way thing, or just take off the ropes even. You could put a cage, say, take off the ropes, put a cage up, and say, this is how you do it. Punches, kicks, any of that, it's allowed. You can win by knockout, submission, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and of course you would end it by a knockout. I think that match you would end with someone just like, boom, getting cocked and they're out cold, you know. I think that'd be really tight. It's not happening, but I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've always thought about doing something like that. So, overall, that's been a Great Balls of Fire, everybody. This is a 50-minute long video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for coming on. Steven, thank you for being the reporter for Great Balls of Fire.
Not a problem, Tyler. You gotta be our reporter for Survivor Series.
Dude, I really want to go to Survivor Series. It's probably my favorite show besides Royal Rumble. I really want to go.
Where is it?
In Houston.
In Houston.
Oh.
So
you and Tyler should go.
I'm gonna try and make that. I'm gonna try and make it happen, but no promises. But without that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Great Balls of Fire. Mine was a 7. What were you guys' final verdicts?
I say 7, yeah.
I'm biased. I'll probably go 7.5. Ooh, big difference. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'll definitely do another pay-per-view probably in the next year.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.